taken up a very big step in it, and they are working and striving towards achieving this by 2030. It's a blended mode of learning. We all are aware about it. It's not only about doing everything online, but yes, you can have online as well as offline. Under the offline, you can have certain assignments being given, certain discussions being taken. So it offers you a very unique platform wherein you can have all the platforms together coming in and helping you out to deliver your course. It is free to any learner from India. Any learner from India can apply for it. In fact, any of them can register for it all over the world. But when you're applying for a certificate, you have to be an Indian student or an Indian to, get in for the certificate. And it fulfills this for three cardinal principles of education, which is access, equity, and equality, which the government and the ministry also did come up with. That yes, when we are talking about access to higher education, it's very few people who do get it, because only the ones who are there ahead can get into it, but the last person is not able to, because they either don't have the information, they don't have the access to those institutions, they are not able to get in there. But this is a platform which helps you get in the access at your doorstep. You can access to it anywhere, anytime, for at any at any of the places that you are staying. So this is what the agencies which are involved with SWAYAM are: the education, for school education, we have got the NIOS and the NCRT. For the out of the school, which is the distance education, which is dealing with distance education in schooling, it is IG, that is Indira Gandhi National Open University. And for the undergraduate education, we have got NPTEL, which is dealing with the engineering courses. We've got IIM Bangalore for the management education, and CEC is for the other all higher education courses that has been run all over India. The post for the PG courses, we have got NPTEL, we have got IIM Bangalore for management, and again UGC is the forerunner for the other courses in higher education in PG. Yes, can we go to the next? I'd just like to explain a bit about the workflow as to how MOOCs operates, especially for the SWAYAM platform. There are certain jargons over here which I'll try and explain. There is a national coordinator, which is CEC and UGC. These are two national coordinators which are dealing with the UG and the PG courses respectively. And you have to, there's a performer being put up wherein you express your interest of applying over there. And for creation of MOOCs, say for example, if you're dealing in a course in mass communication, um, and you want to develop a full course of 4 credits. And in mass communication, we have, if you're talking about the UG courses, we have got something to do with television production, we've got something to do with research methodology, we've got things to do with communication skills. So, if you are taking up a paper from a university that you are attached with and you want to develop an online course on the same, you have to first apply for it. And for this, UGC and CEC have come up with this EOI, expression of interest, wherein you as an academician would like to create and produce a course like this, so that SWAYAM or CEC and UGC can help you run this course on SWAYAM platform. And this is already there on the website, but together with that, we'll even show you as to where you can find this expression of interest, the whole performer which is there online. And EMRCs are the one who are allotted this duty of creating the courses, especially helping you create the videos for the courses, and also helping you run the courses, because this course is not only about the videos, there are 4 quadrants attached to it. So when you're developing all the quadrants together and you have to upload them, EMRC is the agency at the local level which helps you with it and also helps you to run the courses. So, time and again, EMRCs, we have 21 EMRCs all over India. They are uh, they, they they are the ones who talk about which is the course that can be previously in 2017 when UGC had started. They had started off with an open platform wherein anybody can apply for any of the courses, but after 2020 they have restricted it, and it is only through the EMRCs that you can do it. And the EMRCs are informed about the EOI in which subject is open for the current period and who all can apply for it. So you have to be in touch with the EMRCs continuously. This is what the condition is right now. Right? So once you fill in the whole EOI, your expression of interest for the course, you have to submit to the EMRCs. The EMRCs help you get it transferred to the nodal agency, which is the UGC or the CEC, and there they have a whole process wherein they evaluate as to if this course can be allotted to you or not. And this whole process takes around 6 months, 2 to 6 months. It can be any time period. There have been periods wherein people have not received their, they have received no intimation from UGC whether the course has been selected or not, whether the expression has been accepted or not. Yes, I'll let you know. It is there. You'll get to know about it. So once you get the final approval, they provide you the funding, but it is not personally given to you. It is transferred to the EMRC, and through the EMRC, these funds are being utilized for the creation and for the running of your course. Once everything has been, the funding is being given, and the EMRCs are chosen for it, they review and revise all the mappings that you have created for the creation of the course. I'll show you what type of mapping is there. What are the things that you need to consider when you are writing your course proposal? I'll show you that as well. Then the EMRCs are allotted the work to develop the course, and for that they can take up a few workshops to help the course coordinator as well as the other people who are involved in developing the course, which are the anchors or the course presenters, the script writers, the editors, to understand as to what all needs to be done. Right, so you can have short workshops as well for that, but you have to utilize the finances through the budget which is being provided by UGC, it's CC. Then the content generation happens by the PI, who is the course coordinator, the main person who has been allotted the course. So that he or she is the person who develops all the four quadrants. Then there are post-production activities which happen in terms of editing, in terms of sound, balancing, in terms of animation, and all these things happen after the recording has been done at the EMRCs. And there are preview sessions also happening, wherein you can call in certain academicians, certain students to preview whatever videos that you have created or whatever modules that you have created. And then there are certificates being issued, and these certificates are sent to the national coordinator, which is UGC or CC. And from there again, the national coordinator has a team which reviews uh, the whole course which you have developed, and they also may be having a preview session with the academicians there. They have got a whole team for every other subject. They have a team which has been allotted, and then it is the uh, course coordinator as well as the respective EMRC whether whatever the production has happened in terms of the course is in line with the rules and regulations of SWAYAM, or some corrections need to be done. And then you incorporate those corrections, and then the delivery of MOOCs happen, which happens on the SWAYAM platform. And how it happens, we'll go to the next slide. So once your course has been approved, your EOI has been approved, your expression of interest for developing the course has been approved. Uh, the SWAM invites the CC, which is the course coordinator, to develop the MOOCs. And when the CC, that's a course coordinator, accepts this invite, they register and they create the course page. So now your course is ready to be launched on the SWAM platform. So it is the duty of the course coordinator to develop the page, and herein comes the role of EMRC to help you create the page, because EMRC has got such support staff to help you out with that. Then you upload your introductory video, your course objectives, your course weekly plan, and the national coordinator opens up your course on the SWAYAM platform, wherein they the course is listed on in the subjects that you have created, and they have allotted the dates to it, and the students can view your course, can view the introductory video, and if interested they can register for it. So once they have registered, the MHRD circulate this to all the VCs of all the universities which are having affiliation with UGC, that this is a course which has been launched on SWAYAM. You can inform your students to register for it and take the benefit of it. And this course for all the students for enrollment. The publicity of the course has to be done by the coordinator, that is the person who has developed the whole course, the academician, the EMRC involved in it, and also the local chapters which are there. So you have to be a very good networker, not only a course developer, but a very good networker too. Then the course starts as per the schedule that CEC or the SWAYAM has, you know, put up over there, and they release the modules week wise. Now, what is week wise? We will see in the proposal how to go week wise, and they also release the assignments which are allotted along with the modules. Then there are certain discussion forums which happens in quadrant 3. I'll explain to you what does quadrant 1, 2, 3, 4 stand for. And these discussions are mainly between the course coordinators, the subject experts who are involved in creating the course, and the students. This have to be there because you have to make it an interactive course. It cannot be just one way. So time and again, you have allotted this type of activities in your uh, performer, and that's why this is happening. Then at the end of the course, when the whole course is over, all the modules have been, released on the platform, then you have a proctored exam. Now that can be through an offline exam. It is your preference as a course runner. How would you like to conduct that exam, and what will be the evaluation, percentage for it? So you have given the assignments, the projects are there, the evaluation happens, the course ends through the proctored exam, and then you award to the students as per their merit. And these credits can be again transferred to the parent university wherever that they have enrolled themselves physically. Okay. If not, this is a new provision. They can stay in the repository, which is the Academic Bank of Credit created by UGC. And we really hope that all the universities are following, all the institutions are also following, because this has become mandatory for all the UGC affiliated universities to have an Academic Bank of Credit for each and every student which is enrolled with them. Okay, so this is the performer that we have. I'll explain it to you how to fill it up. It's not so much a rocket science, very easy for us as an academician to understand, but there are certain nitty-gritties to keep in mind when you're filling it up, which I'll let you know. Let me go to the next. So the course categories that you can offer on SWAYAM is a course on UG, PG degree, certificate, or a diploma course. It can be any of them. It can be a credit or a non-credit course. And let me tell you, there are non-credit courses as well, which are running very fine on SWAYAM, because people are interested in upskilling themselves and they go for these type of courses. And it is totally free of charge. So there are many people who are enrolling for it, though the final output is very less because it happens with all the distance education courses which we are running in India. The course description, here as I told you, whether you wanted a credit or a non-credit, you want an examination to take place at the end of the course or a non-examination course. It can happen both the ways. And whether if you are giving the credits, if you are allotting the credits, the course has to be recognized by an institute or a university which is affiliated with UGC. Okay, you cannot develop a course by developing your own syllabus. That's not possible. Especially for SWAYAM, this is not possible. You have to have the registrar's approval when you are applying for your course. The registrar has to give their consent that yes, we allow this academician to put up an expression of interest for this course to UGCCEC. So this is a mandatory condition. Yeah. Now, course duration. If it is a credit course, it can be from 1 credit to 4 credit. Now it is going up to 6 credits, though it has not been announced. But according to the new education policy, it will go up to 6 credits because UG courses will be following that. And every credit, as we all know, has to involve anywhere between 10 hours to 15 hours. We all are aware about this. And this hours are calculated as per the quadrants that you have built up, the 4 quadrants, which I'll explain very soon. So this is not something exact that you have. If you are having a 3 credit course, it has to go for 40 hours. It's not like that. It can be plus minus 4 to 5 on this side or plus minus 4 to 5 on the other side. So it can be around 37 or 43 up till 45. It's all fine, right? And I am sure that we all as academicians are aware about this as to how many lectures are required to complete that, the topics that we have taken up, right? And when we are talking about the assessment component, we don't only consider the video lectures, the duration of the videos, we also consider the time frame of interactions that we'll be having, the time frame of reading materials that we have given, the time frame of the assessments that we'll be doing in between. Everything is calculated in this 40 hours or this 90 hours that you see over here. It's not only that the video component which is there. So the videos are just one of the part of it, one fourth of the part of it. Okay. The course credits, as I told you, it can be anywhere between 10 to 15 hours for 1 credit. And these are all as per the UGC guidelines. And when you're talking about the participation of the student, it can be in any of these forms wherein you have given them some instructional, you're holding an instructional or a discussion forum, or you're giving them an instructional template wherein they have to follow that template and go ahead with each and every module that you are putting up on the website. The working for facilitating this assignments, whatever assignments that you have given, how they have to do it, you can explain it to them by getting a group discussion done. Because SWAYAM is giving you all such facilities wherein you can get all the students on board at one specified time. You have access to their email IDs, you have access to their phone numbers. So it is up to the course instructor how they would want to run the course. And this has already been designed when you were putting up your expression of interest. Next. This is the weekly study plan. I'll explain it to you when we are going through the performer. Next. It's very important because whenever that we as academicians are putting up a course, we have to put up the program outcomes as well as the course outcomes. The learning objectives need to be very, very clear. And UGC always makes this mandatory that whenever that you are revising your syllabus, you need to put up these things. So when you're developing a course online, the same applies over here. You have to put in the objectives because depending on that, UGC will mandate your course and UGC will try and evaluate whether this will be taken up by maximum students or not. So it's very important. Okay, once you're applying for as a as an academician, your expression of interest, you have to submit an introductory video as well for the course that you want to apply for. And this introductory video needs to include the course highlights, the objectives, and what does this course hold for the future learners. So these all things need to be included in it, and it has to be very short video, nothing more than 3 to 5 minutes. Here also EMRC does help. It doesn't charge you any penny. They really help you with this. All the producers and editors are very helpful in that. Maximum of the academicians have taken this advantage, they have applied for it. Okay. For any person who wants to enroll for any of the SWAM courses which are running, what is the prerequisite for your course that you want to put up? You have to clearly state in when you are putting up your expression of interest. Yes, next. Okay. Here we understand the four quadrants which are there. The first quadrant is the video thing. So if you are developing a course of say 4 credits and it has got around say 25 videos that you want to, in every video, as even yesterday Nada sir did mention that you cannot have anything like a 45 minutes lecture online because students don't have the capacity to see through it. So you develop short modules, and the same was been emphasized by Ajita ma'am as well. I'm not saying a 2 minute module, but yes, it can be dealing with 2, 3 topics at a time. You cannot have a bombardment of content on the student because you are going to release these videos uh, in a very sequential manner. You don't want to uh, keep everything together. You want to see as to how they are moving. We'll go through. We tried that one of the courses that had been run over here. We wanted to show you all the insights that as a course coordinator, when you're running the course, what all you can see. Let me tell you, like Facebook and like any other apps that we are using, social media apps, we can see the all the insights as to how many students were there for viewing the videos when you release the videos, what was their time span, how long they could stay and read online or watch online, were they able to attempt the proctored exams or the assignments that you had put up, how many had submitted, what was the duration that they required when they were submitting these things, were they able to do it there and then or they required 3 4 days, did they face any other difficulties, there are many other insights that you can get in from there. This really helps you because when you're discussing with the students you actually know how your course is moving. So this first quadrant is all about the video lecture that you will be creating. Your in EMRC is going to help you with all types of pre and post production things. For pre production, we need a script writer. It can be you yourself as a course coordinator writing the scripts, or you can take up a group of people, a group of academicians uh, who are like minded like you and they have a thorough knowledge of the subject that you're dealing with. Take their help and put them up as one of your script writers. Whoever is helping you out will be paid, and they are going to be paid through the funding which UGCCEC is providing. Together with that, if you don't want to be the course deliver, you don't want to deliver that course online. You want somebody else to deliver. You can have a group of people to help you out with that as well. But every time that you are taking up somebody in your course to help you with the course development, you have to inform EMRC about this. Especially the producer of the course should be aware about it, what you are going to do next. So this is about the first quadrant. You cannot have videos more than 30 minutes, let me tell you, because that becomes very boring. So 30 minutes is what we all follow, and the videos need to be developed in the language which you have chosen as a course coordinator. If you want to deliver the whole course in a regional language, you must have applied for the same to the UGC or CEC. And only once you get the approval from UGC CEC, you develop in that regional language. Otherwise, if you're doing it in English or in Hindi, you have to adhere to that language. The second quadrant is all about the engagement time. After every 2 or a weekly meeting that you do, you have to put in the amount of time that would be required, how long you will be engaging with your students, and in what sense. Will it be all about just discussions, or will you be having certain special experts coming in and giving their tips, or will you be sharing some case studies which are live? What will you be doing? All these things are counted under the engagement quadrant. The third is your reference list, which talks about all the extra reference material that you want the student to go through. Because it's not possible that you can explain everything through the video. And it's not possible that you will be able to answer everything through the discussions that you have done. So you have to have this quadrant as well, wherein you have put in the best of references available. Here you can develop your own material and you can put up, or you can take up uh, Creative Commons material which is available there, or you can take a permission from the person whose book you think is or should be put up over here and put it up on the platform, right? Everything that you do needs to be done with consent. It's very important. Next is the fourth quadrant. Herein we have, say, every bi-weekly we are having some quizzes happening or some small assessment happening through MCQs. So all these are counted under the fourth quadrant. You can also have short assignments being allotted to the students, wherein you can tell them to write some case studies or do some summarizing of the videos that they have done. So all these small things can be added in over here. And herein we also count the end exam, proctored exam that we take up when the course is over. So this is all about the four quadrants. Any questions? Yes. It can take anywhere from 6 months to 1 year to 2 year, but it cannot go anything more than that. Because whenever UGC or CEC is giving an approval to the course and allotting that thing to the EMRC, they have stipulated a time period within which all the quadrants need to be developed and it needs to be submitted to UGC CEC for their consent. So the whole process cannot take more than 1 year. There have been time exceptions. I'm not saying it is not there, but no, they count their financing period, which is very important. Yeah. Any other questions? Okay. Yes, sir. I'll just share my experience and the ones which I had been through. There were times when the proposals were sent and all 50 of the proposals were lost. And still we are, trying to figure out where are they. And we have even told those coordinators, you please reapply because we are not able to figure out where they have been. And there are times when we have sent in the proposals and within a month we've got the reply that the proposal has been accepted. So, yes. They have a cycle. They have a quart. Sorry, I'm just. Yeah. They have a cycle, a quarterly, 3 months. Every 3 months, they have the cycle of getting all the team members of their evaluation committee there, and whichever expressions of interest have come up in that field, all these people sit around and look through them. So this cycle happens every 3 months. Now, which are the 3 months? I'm not aware. I'm so sorry. I think so. The EMRC people will be the better ones to tell you about that. Yeah. 1 year, as I told you. Yeah, you cannot have anything more. Yes. Any other question? Yes. 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 Ganpat, you are in the subject of microbiology. So Ganpat has got his own syllabus in microbiology. You're running a UG and a PG both. You must have be having certain amount of papers over there. Out of those papers, there is a particular paper that in that you want to take up a one or two units of those. Say a 2 unit or two of the units which you want to develop, which is a 2 credit course that you want to develop. You will first have to write to your registrar that this is a course I want to develop and I want to offer it for MOOCs at SWAYAM. With his consent, and after filling up the expression of interest, that the proposal form, you send it to the EMRCs. The EMRCs help you to get this whole proposal to CEC, the respective uh, national coordinator which is there. So this is what it is. Then whichever university or institute that it is offered at, it has to be, yes. Yes. Some university, and that university should have a recognition from UGC. That's mandatory. Yes, yes, it can be a core course, elective course, DCE, it can be any of them. Any of them. It can be even a certificate course which your institute is offering. That's offered in the classroom mode. And here you're offering in the online mode. Because you have an interest to develop it for the Swayam platform. Yes, 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 yes. Yes. The conceptual part means the topics that is being, put up in the syllabus. You have to adhere to those topics. But how would you explain those topics? It's up to you. Yeah. So how would you want to conduct the course is up to you. But you have to adhere to those topics. That's very important. You cannot add or subtract those topics from there. So the pointers need to be maintained. Yes, ma'am. Yes, they can. Yes, they do. Because they are having very good network with all the academicians, especially with when you're talking about EMRC Gujarat University. So they have got very good networks with all the professors of government university as well as private university in Gujarat. So they can suggest you the names. They can. Yes. Any other question? I hope four quadrants are all clear. Yes, yes, yes. It features in your, uh, when we are talking about the course coordinator, it features together with you. Where are you located? With whom are you affiliated? Yes. That EMRC people will be able to say because anywhere in the course I have not seen it like this. I would say it. Yes. They don't complete it. Uh, it's a very normal thing, which is what I find, yeah, because we had done a very short study as well on that. That why do people just leave it halfway or just go through two or three modules and they just drop it? First of all, when we were doing that research in 2019, we what we figured out in Ahmedabad was they did not find it so alluring. They did not find it so attractive because it was they were very dry lectures which was happening. This is what we observed when we were doing that research. Second, all the courses which were offered at that time were in English. That was a big problem. So language is the biggest barrier. मे बी या और दूसरा हमने ये भी देखा कि जब आपको ये एग्ज़ाम देनी होती है और सर्टिफिकेट लेना होता है, यू हैव टू पे अ स्मॉल फी विच कैन बी एनीवेयर बिटवीन 200 to 500. इट्स नॉट अ अच्छा. ओके. सो योर्स इज़ अ जेन्युइन केस. लेकिन दूसरे में हमने देखा है कि उन लोग को वो ट्रांजैक्शन नहीं करना होता है, वो ऑनलाइन ही करना पड़ता है आपको. और उनको वो पैसे नहीं देने होते, बोलते हैं, पहले तो फ्री बताया, अब क्यों पैसे मांग रहे हैं हमसे. क्रेडिट देना है तो दो. यस, इट कैन बी. The research that we did was Swayam versus edX and Coursera. What we found, and we did it with all the students, what we found is when the students are there on Swayam, they are very casual. But when they are there on Coursera and edX, they are very professional. Yes. पे करके भी सब कुछ करते हैं, यहाँ पे पे नहीं करके कुछ नहीं करना है. ऐसा हो जाता है. यस यू कैन. उसमें ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है. यू हैव टू बी associated with, in fact, even क्या नाम है, रितेश, even the actors can apply for it ना, ऐसा नहीं. 5 years चाहिए उन्हें. ओके. और वो फ्रीलांस कर रहे हो तो भी चलता है. ओके. क्योंकि आपको रे- जो रजिस्ट्रार है वही आपको देने वाला है परमिशन, राइट. सो वो एक फैक्टर है जो आपको उस यूनिवर्सिटी से या उस इंस्टीट्यूशन से जोड़ेगा. ओके. या कैन यू गो टू द नेक्स्ट. So this is the engagement time that we are talking about. Here you can give the marks or the grades. It's up to you as a course coordinator how you want to evaluate it. So, and you may assign these marks. I'll just show you how you can do that. Next, assessment plan. You have to chart out how are you going to assess. Are you going to do it out of 100 marks, A, B, C, D grading, and on what basis are you going to assess them? Is it because of the engagement that they are doing with the MOOCs modules that you have put up, the engagement during the debates and discussions that you're having, the the type of assignments that they have submitted, and the proctored exam? What is the amount of assessment that you are putting up for each and every part of this program? Can we go to the next one? हाँ, उसमें नहीं, वो बाहर निकल, वो डिलीवरेबल चेकलिस्ट है ना. हाँ. दिस इज़ हाउ द परफॉर्मा समवॉट लुक्स लाइक. थोड़ा इसमें अपडेट हुआ है, वो भी मैं आपको दिखा दूंगी क्या हुआ है. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल यू नीड टू, पहले से करते हैं आकाश, द टाइटल ऑफ द कोर्स दैट यू वांट टू अप्लाई फॉर. सो वो टाइटल वही होगा जो आपके इंस्टीट्यूशन ने वहाँ पे दिया हुआ है. The subject in which it deals, the course category, whether it is a UG, PG certificate or diploma course that you are offering, the course description. Here you need to give a brief description about the course content, the curriculum which is there, and everywhere you need to put up whether it is CBCS, it is uh, it is following the CBCS pattern or not. It is mandatory to have the CBCS pattern. It's very much mandatory for all the courses that you're offering. The course duration, how many weeks this course would run. It can be anywhere between 1 month to around 6 months. कुछ भी. The course credits that you are going to offer. Weekly study plan. I'll show you how the weekly study plan looks like. The course objectives, the objectives which are there as per the syllabus from where you have taken up the course, as well as the objectives which you think should be added on. The course introductory video, which can be put up over here. The prerequisites for people who are joining the course, whether they should know a particular language, they should know a particular skill to join the course, you have to put in over here, because that will be reflected once your course goes online. Then you have to talk about yourself and your team members, who all will be involved in it. What are the designations? What is, you know, what are the qualifications, and how much they have been involved in academics till now. All these things have to reflect in over there. The total number of modules that this course would have, whether it be for a one credit course, it can be anything from a 10 module to a 12 to 15 module. What is the total number of hours for the first quadrant, which is the video? So whether if you are building up 12 videos and every video is say around 30 minutes, then you have to calculate that and put in over here. Uh, your second quadrant, what type of engagement that you will be putting up in your course, whether it will be an ebook, a textbook, the FAQs, is the online learning material that you want to put up for the students to refer back. Your third quadrant, the reference list, wherever that the websites that you want to take them to, the online documents that you want them to read, all these things can be put up over here. And whatever module that you have developed, where you have referred the same, right? You have to put in all these references over here. The engagement time in terms of assessment, the quiz, the MCQs that it will deal with, the short assignments that you have given, that is the fourth quadrant. After your whole course has been, all the modules have been released, how would you like to assess the overall achievements of the student, right? Whether they have ingrained the skills that you wanted to provide them through the course. How would you check it? Through a proctored exam, the total engagement time and discussion interaction, the way that you have put in up your total video time, the same similar way you have to put in the engagement time as well. So you add on all the engagement hours, and that should work up to the course credits that you have given. So if it's a one credit course, the whole thing should add up to somewhere around 10 hours to 15 hours. Assessment plan, how are you going to assess the whole thing? I'll show you as to how you can do that. एकदम This is the assessment plan. If you're dealing with a science or a geography course, then it involves somewhat of a lab, interaction as well. So you have to have a tie-up with the particular lab. If you're dealing in Gujarat, you have to have, you know, especially in the prominent cities, EMRCs can help you with that. That whenever these type of exams are happening, they will inform these centers so that they are prepared to take up the students over there, and the lab activities can happen and the assessment can also happen, though you have to pay to these centers. And again, the payment happens through the funding which is provided by the nodal agency. So if you are going for an online assessment wherein you have given them a short assignment, you can take up 40% marks from there, 60% from the proctored exam. So it depends on how you want to conduct it. It's your freedom. But you have to justify. Yes, ma'am. Yes, it can be. Yes. No, no, no. It can be. Entire thing can be online. Yeah. There are courses wherein they have taken online exams totally. Yeah. There are. No, it's a fixed thing, isn't? You have to specify everything during your when you are submitting your EOI. You have to specify all the requirements from your end. This is what will be required at this stage, and that will be required special funding. So only when the national agency approves it, you will be able to get that extra fund. Otherwise, right? Yes, sir. उसके नीचे बस. Yes, I have not seen any like that. I think so EMRCs can help you with that. Yes. It's not something like you have to have 50% MCQs and 50% descriptive. I have not seen it like that. No. But for further information, EMRCs can help you with that. Okay. So those credit that I was talking about, when you want to consider the credits, whether the person is able to fulfill the full one credit or not, you can, divide your 100 marks like this: that 10 marks online assessment, 15 marks proctored exam, under which you can get a one credit, right? So this can change. This credit, this credit is taking up this much of the student's, assessment period. You can change this whole thing for this credit. So it's up to you how you want to design. So every credit you can do it a different way, or you can do it the same way. But you have to be very clear. So when you are submitting your expression of interest, you are not only talking about the syllabus that you will be following, the topics that you will be covering, but you have to specify your evaluation and assessment criteria too. Based on all these things, your course proposal will be accepted or rejected. So whatever that you do as an academician in your colleges, the same has to happen on UGC. It has to be included in your proposal. The criteria are given over there. You have to put in there. Any further questions? Yes, I don't have the review right now, but once I had applied, they had, when they were getting back to me, they had reviewed the whole. As I told you, the team was there. They had reviewed the whole thing, and they send you back the review sheet as well, where you are lacking, why we have accepted and why we have rejected your proposal. And in that review, they do specify as to why it is being rejected. No, they can even tell you that if you make all these changes, there's a, yeah, revision process is there. Yeah, revision can be there. Yes, sir. Yes, exactly. Yes, an offline physical exam. Yes, they have to go to this specific center and give the exams. Yes, the online is different, but there even you can have, where when we are talking about certain courses, they do specify, especially in the computer courses that they run, they've got this computer labs been assigned. People go in there and give their online exam. Yeah, yeah, it can be done. Yes, you can have, but you have to specify who will be the chief coordinator. That's very important. The chief coordinator is always one. Okay. Because that is the person who is responsible for all the finances. Yes. Any more questions? Yes. 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 If you're taking up their syllabus, you want to develop the MOOCs on that syllabus, you have to take the permission from the registrar of your university. Then, whichever institute that you are designing it for, that institute needs to be affiliated or recognized by UGC. Then only you can take up that. And again, you'll have to take the permission from the registrar or the authority of that institute. Yes. Right. then you inform the same to the authorities. Then it is the, they have to decide. If you're still keen, you can write a letter in such a way. It has never happened till now, but I don't know what their reactions will be. But it can happen. You might have switched your institutions as well. I don't know. Something like that. Yes, sir. Which does not. Okay. As I had already mentioned, it has to be recognized by a university, an institute, or a college which is affiliated with UGC. Yes. Yes. Yes, exactly. Whatever procedure that needs to be done has been done, and college is recognized by UGC. So you have a very good LMS system. You can develop courses there itself. Any other questions? Yes. Yes. The objectives you have to specify. Yes, you have to. It has to go with the proposal. It is there in the proforma. It is there. I'll just show you my example so that आकाश वो मेरा वाला दिखाओ उसमें है PDF है हाँ इसको बंद Okay, there are a few people who are sitting over here from the government colleges, and the government has issued this guideline of developing their own Swayam in Gujarat. So, this can be something very interesting for you to understand as to how. Sir, उसको क्या बोलते हैं? I'm just asking you. Yes. So, जैसे स्वयं यूजीसी ने शुरू किया है वैसे ही यहाँ पे गुजरात में शुरू होने जा रहा है and there are people who've been assigned this task and sorry samarthya yes so they are going to develop courses in that samarthya platform and you can be a part of it and for them as well this can be a very good understanding as to how the process can run. Okay, this is something which I had applied for. First of all, my details are there. Next, the institutional details are there. The course from where I have taken up. This is a research methodology public administration course that I have applied for. This is a 2 credit course which has been converted to a 4 credit because they did specify, when they were reviewing that we cannot have a 2 credit, we want a 4 credit course to be there. So it has been. I've written the course objectives over here very clearly. It's very clearly been stated. The course curriculum which I'll be following, I've put up the link to it. The prerequisites are very clearly stated: public administration knowledge and governance. I've uploaded the introductory video as well. My evaluation methodology is all clearly been stated over here, wherein assignments would carry 20% of weightage, practicals 20%, final exam 60%, and no other assessment I have. The team of experts are also stated in over here. The course developer along with the script writer, my team. The course schedule. This is very important. You have to understand. Module 1. When you're talking about module 1, it is not only about the video. You have to talk about what are the topics that will be covered in module 1. So you have to very clearly state. And when the student is going through this module 1, what are the different types of um, apps or different types of materials which will be available for the student to go through. So I've given videos, text, discussion forums, and assignments for module 1. And how will this module help them, and what will they learn through this module? I've written that in the remarks. So every module that I am making has to have an objective, very clear objectives. So you have to, you know, have a very good planning towards your course. You cannot just put up module 1 is this video, ये उसका topic है ख़त्म नहीं. ऑब्जेक्टिव भी बहुत अच्छे से आपको देना पड़ेगा वहाँ पे. तो ये पूरा 2 क्रेडिट का जो हमने किया था उसमें हमने 17 मॉड्यूल्स बनाए हैं. उसका वीकली प्लान यहाँ पे नहीं दिया है, बट वीकली प्लान और एक में है. ई ओ आई फॉर मूक्स है ना, उसको खोलो. हाँ सॉरी. टेक अवे या टेक अवेज फ्रॉम वीकली प्लान पे. यस. What does this stand for is how are you going to release your modules, when the discussions would take place, how long the discussions would take place. All this blueprint is being submitted together with your EOI. So you have to be very clear. फर्स्ट वीक में आप कितने दिन वीडियोस रिलीज कर रहे हो, कितने दिन डिस्कशंस कर रहे हो, कितने दिन असाइनमेंट्स दे रहे हो, उसका ड्यूरेशन कितना है, कब उनको सबमिट बैक करना है, ये सारी चीज़ें आपको यहाँ पे डालनी है. फिर जब आप कोर्स को रन कर रहे हो तब वो लोग इतना नहीं देखते हैं कि आपने जैसे दिया है वैसे ही कर रहे हो, लेकिन उसमें आपके डेट्स ऊपर नीचे जा सकती है. दैट इज़ पॉसिबल डिपेंडिंग ऑन हाउ your students are responding to your course. But yes, the duration cannot change. If you have spoken about a 4 credit course to be run in 6 months, you have to complete it in 6 months because the cycle is fixed. स्वयं उसको चेंज नहीं करने देगी. ऊपर नीचे आप अंदर में कर सकते हो, फर्स्ट वीक का सेकेंड वीक या जो भी आपको लग रहा है, बिकॉज दैट कैन हैपन. कभी कभी वो अपलोड नहीं होता है वीडियो, या फिर वो मटेरियल अपलोड नहीं होता है, तो फिर आपको इन्फॉर्म करना पड़ेगा अपने आपके स्टूडेंट्स को. फॉर दिस वीक वी विल बी टेकिंग अप दिस कोर्स, दिस मॉड्यूल, एंड फॉर द नेक्स्ट वीक वी विल डू द अदर वन. सो वो आप कर सकते हो, लेकिन आपकी साइकिल जो एक फ्रेमवर्क टाइम फ्रेम जो आपको दिया हुआ है वो आप चेंज नहीं कर सकते. दैट यू कैन. ठीक है. आई थिंक सो आई एम ऑलमोस्ट डन. और कोई queries? We really expect more and more academicians to apply for courses over here. We have got enough of producers at EMRC, enough of staff at EMRC to help you out with your courses. So please do apply. Be in touch with them. They are very friendly people और आपको बहुत अच्छे से समझा पाएंगे. ये जो भी सारी चीज़ें मैंने आपको अभी बताई है वो अगर आपको डिटेल्स में और भी जाननी हो तो बहुत अच्छे से आपको समझा पाएंगे. राइट. थैंक यू सो मच.